Well, my revenge was a success. The police will find the bound owner in the basement, his mistress, a fugitive convict, and the girl who sheltered him. I think you guys are in trouble. So, how did this story begin?
Rick, you will remember this birthday forever. Well, do you like it?
You're crazy. I adore you. I'm Rick. This is my girlfriend Lisa, my best friend Carl, and his girlfriend Demi. Our small but noisy gang was about to walk into the house when a moron in a clown mask jumped out of the bushes. Boo! The girls screamed while I grabbed a beach umbrella and was about to pounce on the guy. But then... You should have seen your faces.
What are you doing? Sorry, guys. This is my brother Ralph. I told you about him. He wants to hang out with us.
I didn't like that guy right away, or the fact that Lisa had brought him there. But I was determined to have a great time that weekend anyway. Let's get this party started! Apart from Carl almost getting a second black eye, the party was going great. He's a great guy. Really, just terribly unlucky. And then, when the party was in full swing, Ralph suggested we play Truth or Dare. Or, Are You Chicken? Everyone was tipsy, so we agreed. And since it was my birthday, I went first. Without thinking twice about it, I chose Dare. And almost regretted it when I saw Ralph's smug grin. Skinny dip in the lake. Easy! When I surfaced, I already knew what I would tell the next player to do. Carl chose Dare as well. Well, buddy, you better be prepared. Video call your boss while standing in the shower and admit that you still haven't gotten rid of the ferret. Knowing our boss, I must say that it was a high-wire act. But Carl didn't chicken out. Mr. Myers, I wanted to say that I haven't gotten rid of Mr. Banana. Well, my ferret. We died laughing. Then Demi chose Dare as well. All the guys liked what Carl came up with. Oh, yeah, we did. Wet your shirt.
How original. Well, who's next, boys?
After that, Demi asked Ralph to show us pictures of his girlfriend. But he said he didn't have a girlfriend and started flipping through the photos of a cat on his phone instead. As he flipped, we suddenly saw a photo of Lisa in her night clothes. There was an awkward pause. Dude, this seems weird. What are you talking about? This is a picture from a pool party, relax. Lisa looked terribly flushed and chose Dare to distract everyone. Ralph told her to dump the contents of her purse on the floor.
Maybe I could do something else? This is boring. Fine.
Who would have thought you liked stuff like this?
Give it back, you idiot! Put it back!
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Lisa, give me the key.
I don't have it. I lost it. You'll have to stay like this.
While everyone was laughing at Carl's new fell, I looked at Lisa and felt more and more convinced that something was wrong by the minute. Still, the show had to go on, and we began the second round of the game. It was little wonder that Carl chose to tell the truth since he couldn't move around.
Okay, sweetie, tell us. Where did you really get the black eye?
You'll laugh, but okay. I was glad to be delivering pizza to such an area at the end of my shift. Rich people give good tips. But I put Mr. Banana in my pocket so that he wouldn't eat the pizzas and came up to the door. A pompous man opened it, snatched away the pizzas, and slammed the door in my face. He didn't even thank me or tip me. But the worst thing was that after getting back to the van, I didn't find the ferret in my pocket. Oh, Mr. Banana, come back, you brat! That was when I realized that he had most likely slipped into the house while I had been delivering the order. I would have rung the doorbell and explained everything to the owner of the house, but my boss would have definitely found out about it, and he already hated my ferret. So I decided to climb up a tree, get in through an open window on the second floor, and find him myself. I found myself in a kid's room. Luck was on my side, and there was no one in there. I found Mr. Banana in a hallway and was about to leave the same way I'd got in, but then I suddenly realized that someone was coming towards the kids' room. I didn't have the time to reach the window, so I climbed into the closet and started to watch through a crack in the door. The owner of the house and his son walked into the room. The kid was whining and saying that he was afraid of a monster that lived under his bed and in his closet. The man looked under the bed annoyed and grumbled that there was no one there. Then, a girl came into the room. I could only see her shoes because of all the clothes in the closet. She gently called the man Billy, and he turned off the light and followed her out of the room. I wanted to wait until the kid was asleep to get out of there, but Mr. Banana suddenly got under my shirt. That tickles, stop it! His dad and that girl came running into the noise. I jumped out of the window. Mister, what's your name? It's not what you think. I came here for Banana. I shouldn't have tried to explain because that girl immediately threw her shoe out of the window at me, and the hill hit me in the eye. I hope that no one had recognized me as the delivery guy in the darkness and with so much going on. And that's how I got this black eye. Poor Carl can't seem to catch a break, but the story was funny, so I laughed along with the others. Then it was my turn again. I chose Dare, and Carl practically begged me to release him from the handcuffs. Hang on, buddy, I'll get you out. But it was easier said than done. The girls didn't have a single hairpin with them, and the fork's tines didn't fit into the small lock. So I decided to look for something sharp upstairs. Yeah, come on, is there really nothing here? Huh? What's this? Now this is weird. I asked Lisa to choose truth or dare first. She looked at me hesitantly.
Well, let's go with truth.
I hoped that she would choose it, so I defiantly showed everyone the key and freed Carl from the handcuffs. Everyone gasped, and Lisa even turned pale. I found it upstairs, even though we haven't gone up there yet. Tell us the truth. Have you been here before?
Baby, you are so suspicious. Here's what happened. I've been planning the surprise for your birthday for a long time and was looking for a house to rent for the party, but I couldn't afford any good ones. That day, I was checking out a house next door. It was cool but cost way too much. I was running out of ideas when I noticed a girl I knew with a man much older than her. Of course, she wasn't all that happy to see me and tried to convince me she was there for the weekend as a babysitter. Yeah, right. She really did babysit sometimes, except that day. I could see neither the wife nor a child anywhere near them. Long story short, she was afraid I would rat her out and convinced her rich lover to let us use his lake house for a party in exchange for my silence. This house. You didn't think that I could afford something this luxurious, did you? She gave me the keys, and I came here to fill the refrigerator with food and drinks and prepare the surprise with the handcuffs. But the thing is, while I was preparing the surprise in the bedroom, I heard someone walk into the house. I carefully looked out of the room and realized that the wife of the owner of the house was there. I recognized her from the photos on the walls. I quickly hid the handcuffs in my bag, but the key had apparently fallen out by the bed somewhere. After that, I hid and waited for the wife to leave. But here's what was weird. She wasn't alone. There was a guy with her. They were making out by the fireplace, and the wife was telling her lover that she was going to leave her stupid husband with nothing. What a family. I sat there until they left. I only realized that I had lost the key later. Why didn't you tell Bill right away that his wife was going to take away his money? I mean, what an interesting story.
The girls were obviously hiding something, and I wasn't the only one growing suspicious. But then, we suddenly heard a strange sound coming from the basement, like someone was breathing heavily.
Oh, someone is in there!
We armed ourselves and went down like some Scooby-Doo gang. Hey, I delivered pizza to him!
God, what's going on?
Calm down. He's alive, he's just passed out. If instead of watching a stripper jump out of a cake, you find a tied-up man in the basement at your party, then something has clearly gone wrong. Such thoughts made me laugh, but my friends started panicking a bit. Guys, I've seen this happen in a horror movie. I'm calling the police.
Wait, guys, don't call the cops. You should know something. We don't really have a right to be here and could get into trouble. A few months ago, I started working as a babysitter for a rich family. Billy's wife was rarely at home, and we soon had an affair. He gave me expensive gifts and even, promised to get a divorce. Of course, I didn't want that. but I wanted to get more money out of the cheating simpleton. Don't judge me. I love Carl, but he doesn't know how to earn money at all. And you know we are saving money for our wedding. One day, Billy's wife left town again, and he invited me to spend a weekend with him at the lake house. Honestly, I didn't want to cheat on Carl anymore, so one night, I came to Billy's place to break up with him. But then, we heard a noise and strange screams coming from his son's room. When we burst in there, the intruder had already jumped out of the window. I couldn't think of anything better to do than throw my shoe at him. Billy went berserk. He said he had recognized the pizza delivery guy and would send his men to deal with him. Later, at home, I saw Carl with a huge black eye and put together what had happened. For obvious reasons, I couldn't tell the truth. And Carl himself had been too embarrassed to admit that he had got into trouble again. I was terribly scared for Carl. Billy's goons could have done anything to him. So I agreed to go with him here for the weekend to convince him to leave the poor delivery guy alone. When we were leaving, as you have probably guessed already, I ran into Lisa. She threatened she would tell Carl about everything, so I agreed to do her a little favor. I hadn't gotten Billy's permission. I had just stolen the keys to the house and given them to Lisa so that she could hide. Shut up, right now.
Wait. Demi, did you cheat on me with this old geezer?
Come on, like you are any better. Just ask Lisa.
Lisa wanted to shut her friend up again, but Ralph decided to speak up. Okay, Lisa, enough stalling. They would have found out anyway. Surprise, surprise. I'm not Lisa's brother. I'm actually her husband. We got married right after high school, but then I went to jail for a couple of years. I'm not particularly proud of it, but I escaped a month ago. I was on the run and had nowhere else to go, so I showed up at my dear wife's place and found out that she'd long forgotten about me and was dating this wuss. But when Lisa saw her bad boy Ralph, she melted. The old feelings kicked in and she agreed to hide me. That's when the birthday of this wimp came up. Lisa caught Demi with her lover and got us the keys. I didn't want to miss the party, and Lisa introduced me as her brother so that you wouldn't suspect anything. Oh, yeah, by the way, the handcuffs were meant for me. Lisa, is it true? Have you been lying to me this whole time?
Rick,
Is it true?
I'm sorry. I should have told you everything, but I didn't know how.
Wait, so there's a fugitive among us? Oh, Billy must have come here unannounced and caught Ralph, and this psycho must have knocked him out and locked him in here. Damn it! He's gonna kill us all! I'm calling the police. No police. Got it? And by the way, I've never seen this guy before.
But if Ralph didn't tie Billy up, then who did?
Well, since everyone is revealing their dirty secrets today, then let me tell you my story, friends. If only you knew how sick of everything I was and how hard it was for me to pretend that I was having fun all evening. But I'm glad I got to see the true faces of my friends. By accident, of course. One day, some sullen guy came to my work at the pizzeria. They showed us a freeze frame from the surveillance camera at their boss's house and threatened to trash the place if we didn't turn him over. The photo showed Carl jumping out of the window. Anyone who knows Carl knows that he would never hurt a fly. That's what I tried to tell those goons. And to make my argument more convincing, I took all the cash out of my wallet and gave it to them. They left, but I was still confused by something. Looking at the photo, I'd noticed Demi in the window. I wondered what she was doing at that guy's house. I didn't want to upset my friend, so I didn't tell Carl anything. Soon he mentioned that Demi was going somewhere for the weekend. I decided to follow my friend's girlfriend and came to this house. She spent the weekend with Billy, and then Lisa caught them red-handed. A bit of blackmail, and she got the keys to the house. She brought her husband Ralph, a criminal, here. My world turned upside down. I didn't want to believe what I was seeing and wanted to get an explanation, but then I suddenly noticed a woman crying in her car at the end of the street. Hey, I'm sorry for prying, but what happened? It was Martha, Billy's wife. She was weeping because she had long suspected that her husband was having an affair with their babysitter. She'd even pretended to go on a business trip for the whole weekend to catch him red-handed. Martha wiped away her tears and shook her camera, saying that she had filmed her husband cheating, and now she would get a divorce and leave him with nothing thanks to the prenup. I felt sorry for Martha because I had also just found out the girl I loved was lying to me. We got to talking, and Martha suggested we take revenge on the cheaters. I wasn't sure I wanted to participate in all that because I was still trying to justify Lisa's actions. However, a few days before my birthday, Martha invited me here. I noticed Lisa and Ralph in the house, and something in me snapped. I decided to crush them. Luckily, Lisa was trying so hard not to get noticed by Martha that she didn't recognize me. It was time to get our revenge. A few hours before the party, Martha drugged her husband. We put him in the trunk and brought him here.
You idiot! You kidnapped a man! What does it have to do with taking revenge on me?
That's the most interesting part. Everything was going according to plan, and it was time for Martha to shine. She came out of the shadows and smugly informed my friends that she had called the police and they were about to arrive. The police will find the tied-up owner of the house, his mistress, a fugitive, and the girl who sheltered him in the basement. You're going to be in a world of trouble. Oh, it's no wonder I didn't like you right away. Just you wait. What was it you said? These were meant for you? Enjoy them, my friend. I'm coming for you.
Baby, I did it for us.
I worked day and night for us, and you just cheated. Goodbye.
Rick, you can't do this to me.
Sometimes I wonder what is better, to know the dirty secrets of your loved ones, or live a life of happy ignorance. I don't know about Carl, but I'm glad the truth has come out. Lisa was right about one thing. I won't forget this birthday for a long. Do you also have a couple skeletons in your closet?